Right now, you can close a door. You can turn off the lights. You can be completely alone, even for just a few minutes. Now, imagine losing all of that. No doors, no walls, no rooms. Just you, your family, and 20 other people, sleeping only a few feet away, every single night. For most of human history, that wasn't imagination. It was simply life. So how did ancient humans find any privacy? The short answer is, they barely had any. The long answer is far more interesting. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans lived in small groups, eating together, sleeping together, sitting around the same fire, night after night. If you were upset, everyone knew. If you were sick, everyone knew. And if you needed a private moment, everyone was aware of that too. So how did people survive without any personal space at all? The answer isn't what you'd expect. Let's begin. To understand privacy in the ancient world, we first have to forget what privacy means to us today. Ancient humans lived in groups of around 15 to 50 people. There were no separate rooms, no private corners, no walls to disappear behind. Everyone slept close together, mainly for warmth and protection. Being physically alone at night was dangerous. Cold nights and hungry predators made isolation far riskier than closeness. So people huddled together, sometimes touching shoulder to shoulder while they slept. Every conversation could be heard. Every sound traveled. And yet, ancient humans still found small ways to create space, even without walls. Anthropologists studying present-day hunter-gatherer communities have noticed a pattern. The first method was timing. Certain private moments often happened late at night, when most of the group was asleep, or pretending to be. Darkness itself became a kind of privacy, even without any physical separation. The second method was distance. People would step a short way from the group, just far enough to feel unseen, but never far enough to lose the safety of the fire. Even a small distance, combined with darkness, was often enough. But there was a third method, and this one may be the most important of all. The third method wasn't about space or time, it was about behavior. Ancient communities developed an unspoken social rule. People simply learned not to notice certain things. Think about it like this. Imagine sharing a small tent with your entire family. Someone needs to change their clothing. You don't stare. You look away. You give them space in your mind, even when there's no space around you. This is exactly what early humans did. They created privacy through agreement, not through walls. Everyone silently understood that some moments simply weren't meant to be acknowledged, even if everyone technically saw them. Some researchers who have lived among traditional hunter-gatherer communities have noted something surprising. Certain groups don't even have a specific word for privacy. Not because they were simple or primitive, but because being alone wasn't something they valued the way modern people do. For most of human history, isolation wasn't peaceful. It was dangerous. Being separated from the group often meant being unprotected. So even bathroom habits followed the same unspoken rules. There were no toilets, no private rooms. People would walk a short distance from camp, usually to the same general area each time. Others simply looked away, giving the illusion of privacy through simple, mutual politeness. It's not so different from how modern humans behave in a crowded public restroom today. Now let's talk about sleep, because this is where the lack of privacy becomes most obvious. Ancient humans didn't sleep alone by choice. They slept together because survival demanded it. Nights were cold. Predators were real threats. Fires needed constant attention. Sleeping in a group meant warmth, protection, and a better chance of waking up the next morning. Archaeological discoveries from ancient shelters show just how close people really slept. Some early dwellings were barely large enough to fit a single family, lying shoulder to shoulder. There was no rolling over without touching someone else. And this wasn't just for a few generations. It continued for tens of thousands of years. Even much later in history, entire families often shared a single room, sometimes even a single bed. The idea of a child having their own private bedroom is surprisingly modern, something that only became common in recent history. So when did privacy, as we understand it today, actually begin to exist? The turning point was farming. Once humans began settling in one place instead of constantly moving, they started building permanent shelters. And permanent shelters eventually meant walls. For the very first time, a person could close a door. But even then, privacy remained rare. Only a fortunate few had separate rooms of their own. Most families still shared a single living space for generations afterward. The privacy we take for granted today is a surprisingly recent invention. Ancient humans didn't build walls to feel alone. They built relationships, routines, and quiet agreements instead. And in a world where being close to others often meant staying alive, maybe that was enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because history is full of surprising truths hidden in the most ordinary parts of life. See you in the next video.